Good morning everyone. Today we are presenting our design thinking project titled Enhancing the TNA Counseling Experience of Instant of Clarification and Chatbot Support. Every year, thousands of students applying for engineering college in Tamil Nadu start the TNA counseling process. The process includes several stages such as registration and document upload and certificate verification and choice filling and seat allotment. Although the official website provides detailed instruction, many students still face confusion during the counseling process. Students often have doubts like how to register the counseling, what documents are required, how to seat allot works, what cutoff marks are needed to college. Currently, students search the different websites to ask friends for help, which may lead to incorrect or outdated information. Therefore, we identify the problem that students need instant clarifications to and reliable guidance during the TNA counseling process. To solve this issue, designed a chatbot-based system that provides quick answer and students' queries.
My name is Raj. I'm going to explain about rapid prototyping. After identifying the problem, we move to rapid prototyping stage of the design thinking process. In rapid prototyping, we also create a uh, prototype that can be used by the users and that can be tested with the user feedback. Now I will explain about tools used in our prototypes. We use Streamlit to create UI of our AI model, and LangChain is used to connect our AI model with the vector database. Twice is the vector database that you have used. We have used Hugging Face embedded model. The embedded model converts the input data into vectors, and the transformer rate in our model is 12 LLM. 12 LLM. In the programming language is Python. The embedded model gets the input data and converts it into the vector and compares it with the data stored in the vector database, that is the Wise database, and the data which is closest to the input will be shown as will be given as output to the transformer model 12 LLM. The 10 LLM will generate a response to the user. This is how our prototype was developed.
Now I will demonstrate the output of my TNEA counseling chatbot. This is the user interface developed using Streamlit. Here the chatbot acts as an assistant to answer queries related to the TNEA counseling such as cutoff marks, eligibility, top colleges and deadlines. First I will enter a query. What is CSE cutoff in PSG? CSE. As you can see, the chatbot retrieves the relevant information from the dataset and generates an appropriate response. This is done by using the RAG model where the system first retrieves the data using FICE and then generate the answer using the language model. Now we'll try another query also, like what is the eligibility for TNEA? The chatbot correctly provides the eligibility criteria, showing that it can handle different types of the queries accurately. And try one more query also, like top colleges in Tamil Nadu. The chatbot lists the top colleges, demonstrating that it can provide general information responses as well, like CG Gindi College, MIT Crumpet, PSG, SST, Tyagarajar, CIT. These institutions offer top-tier placements and are known for their strong academic progress, programs, and autonomy.
I'm Shweta and I'm going to present about the usability testing. So after developing the prototype of a chatbot system, we conducted usability testing to evaluate how effectively users can interact with the system and whether it meets the needs of the students, during the TNEA counseling process. So the main purpose of usability testing is to determine whether the system is easy to use, efficient and helpful for users. So it allows us to understand how real users interact with the application and whether they can easily achieve their goals. So usability testing helps ensure that the solution is not only technically functional but also user friendly and practical for real world use. So that to conduct usability testing, we selected 3 participants who represent the typical users of the system. So these included 2 students preparing for TNEA admission, one parent who wanted to understand the counseling process. Each participant was asked to interact with the chatbot and ask several questions related to the TNEA counseling process. So some of the example questions asked by the users included: how can I register for the TNEA counseling? What documents are required for certificate verification? How does the seat allotment process work? What is the cutoff mark required for certain engineering colleges? So during the testing process, we observed how users interacted with the system, how easily they were able to ask questions, and whether the responses provided by the chatbot were helpful. So from the usability testing process, we observed several important aspects of the system. So first, the users were able to understand the interface quickly and start interacting with the chatbot without needing detailed instructions. So this indicates that the design of the interface is simple and intuitive. Second, the chatbot was able to respond to user queries within a few minutes, so providing quick access to information. So third, users could ask questions in different ways or different sentence structures, and the chatbot was still able to understand the query and provide relevant answers. So fourth, the chat interface was similar to common messaging applications, so which made users feel comfortable while using the system. So after completing the interaction with the chatbot, we collected feedback from the participants. So most users reported that the system was easy to use and helpful for understanding the counseling process. They also appreciated the quick response time and the ability to ask questions directly instead of searching through multiple web pages. So however, the user also suggested some improvements, such as including updated cutoff information for engineering colleges, so providing shorter and more concise responses, adding more personalized college recommendations, so based on the student marks. So these suggestions were valuable because they help us understand how the system can be improved in future versions. So overall, the results of usability testing were positive, and the system successfully helped users obtain information related to a TNEI counseling process in a simple and efficient way.
Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain how we had done the iterative testing for our project. After completing the user testing, we moved to iterative testing and refinement phase. Iterative testing is an important step in the design thinking process where the system is continuously tested, evaluated and improved based on the feedback and observations. Instead of building the final system in a single step, we repeatedly tested the prototype and made improvements to enhance its performance, accuracy and user experience. During this phase, we focused on several types of testing. The first testing is functional testing. Functional testing was conducted to ensure that all the parts of the system work correctly. We verified whether the chatbot interface loads properly, accept user input without errors, and generate responses correctly. We also checked if features such as chat history, user input handling, and response display were functioning smoothly. Then the next testing is retrieval testing. Since our system uses fast vector search for retrieving relevant information, we tested whether the system retrieves the most appropriate documents for each query. Initially, we noticed that the system sometimes retrieved too many results or slightly irrelevant information. To improve accuracy, we optimized the retrieval process so that the system selects the top 3 most relevant results before generating the response. Then the next testing is response testing. Response testing was performed to check whether the chatbot provides clear, concise, and accurate answers. In the early stages, the responses generated by the language model were sometimes too long or contained unnecessary details. To solve this issue, we modified the prompt structure and limited the response length so that the users receive shorter and more precise answers. Then the next testing as prompt testing. Prompt engineering was another important part of iterative testing. We improved the prompts given to the language model so that it generates responses that are more relevant to the user's question and based on the retrieved context. This helps the chatbot provide more reliable answers. And the last testing is performance testing. We also evaluated the system's performance, especially response speed. Initially, the chatbot took slightly longer to generate answers. To improve performance, we implemented catching techniques to store frequently used results and reduce processing time. As a result, the system now responds much faster and more efficiently. And and some of the issues were identified during this testing, and some of them are some responses were too long, retrieval results were occasionally inaccurate, loading time was low during initial queries, and some of the improvements made are optimized fires retrieval to return top three relevant results, limited response length to ensure concise answers, improved prompt design to for better context understanding, implemented caching to increase response speed, and last, enhanced the user interface for smoother interaction. These improvements significantly enhance the accuracy, usability, and performance of the chatbot. And to conclude this, our project TNEA Counseling Pro aims to simplify the engineering counseling process for students. The chatbot provides instant answers to student queries, reducing confusion and saving time during the application counseling stages. Before that, I want to show something. Here, we have attached the simple output of our TNEA Counseling Pro. Here, for a sample, we have asked what are the eligibility criteria for TNA counseling process. It is given the answers. So, like this, the chatbot will work efficiently based on the given queries. It will give the answers. By using these technologies such as semantic search, large language models, and AI-powered chat interfaces, the system delivers relevant information quickly and efficiently. This solution can help students and parents make better decisions, understand the counseling process clearly, and complete the application confidently. In the future, the system can be further enhanced by adding features such as personalized college recommendations based on cutoff marks, regular updates of counseling data, multi-language support for wider accessibility. Overall, this project demonstrates how AI and chatbot technically can improve the accessibility of educational information and support students during the important decision-making process.